So, welcome back, friends. In the Whipple series, this is 10th video, and this is a video about a lady with mixed type IPMN and replaced right hepatic artery post stenting. This was one of the most difficult Whipple I have ever done. So I'm sharing this case as an anatomical variation, difficulties encountered, how to deal with vascular encasement, and so on. So do watch the video till end. Read the detailed disclaimer and description, and these videos are meant for education purpose only, and it's not a substitute for professional training and professional advice. So the patient is a 38-year-old lady with history of pain abdomen for last 2 months, progressive jaundice with pruritus, pale stool, dark urine, everything 1 to 2 months. On examination, there was a deep jaundice. Rest of the general physical examination and abdominal examination was unremarkable. Her lab parameters were suggestive of obstructive jaundice pattern with CA 99-490, with ALP in more than 1000, with total bilirubin 8 and conjugated 6.7. The rest of the parameters were normal. Now let's discuss the CT scan of this patient. So before we proceed, friends, we have already uploaded around 9 to 10 videos in the Whipple series, which are available on our app and YouTube channel. And this is an advanced case if we talk about the pancreaticoduodenectomy. If you are a beginner, if you are training, then you should watch our previous episodes to have a better understanding. And if you are already a pro, then these videos are not meant for you. To get an exclusive and early access to our premium high definition content, friends, you can download our app or join the channel membership. The link for everything is given in the description of this video and pinned comments. Do check them now. So let's discuss the MRI MRCP now. Again, this is my discussion with the senior colleague from Radiology, and we are sharing it as such.
This is being seen in the distal part of the body region. The pancreatic duct is dilated throughout its course. We can see this one is the pancreatic duct. It is dilated throughout its course. Now I'm going towards the head region. This is the pancreatic duct. And there's also opening up of the side branches. While coming to the head region, this pancreatic duct is dilated throughout its course and it measures approximately 16 millimeter. And what we see is multiple dilated side branches in the head region. These are the side branches which are opening into the main pancreatic duct and are markedly dilated. Now this is the main pancreatic duct which is opening into the duodenum. So this whole pancreatic duct as well as side branches in the uncinate and head region were dilated. So this is a case of mixed type of IPMN.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the gallbladder. We can see there is some submucosal edema in the gallbladder, and there is dilatation of the intrahepatic biliary radicals as well as CBD. This is the CBD, and there is a stent in situ seen. This is the stent which we cannot actually appreciate on MRI. We see it on CT scan, which will be showing. This is the stent. So there is dilatation of side branches, the main pancreatic duct, dilatation of the intrahepatic biliary radicals as well as CBD, and some mucosal edema of the gallbladder suggestive of cholecystitis. This must be because of the obstruction itself. It was giving like fish mouth type of appearance which we see. Now we can see how beautifully we can see this is the main pancreatic duct which is dilated throughout its course, and there is opening up of multiple side branches. They were more so prominent in the head region of these are all open side branches. This is the main pancreatic duct, and we can see this is the intramural part of the pancreatic duct which is opening into this is the duodenum. So this is C2 part of the duodenum, and we can appreciate, see, it is like fish mouth which we see on ERCP. It is so much dilated that indirectly indicates it is mucin. Yeah. This is what we appreciate it on the MRI. So we have main pancreatic duct dilated throughout its course and multiple side branches which are dilated in the head region, and this is the dilated PD in the
अगर simple branch duct होता तो MPD dilate
yeah, then main pancreatic duct will remain as normal, and then we will see either one side branch here, there, anywhere. We have certain criteria to define when to call as side branch IPMN. The main thing for the side branch is that whatever we are seeing must open into the pancreatic duct, then it is side branch. Otherwise, if we cannot appreciate that opening into the main pancreatic duct, then our diagnosis changes. Then it may be a pseudocyst, it may be simple cyst, it may be cirrhosis, oligocystic serous cyst adenoma. Then our diagnosis totally change. We have to define for the side branch that it is opening into the main pancreatic duct, then it is side branch IPMN.
And this is mixed type because both the side branch
and the main pancreatic duct are
almost 10 mm,
17 approximately. I'll show you the measurement. It was approximately like 16-17 millimeter dilated. So anything beyond the main pancreatic duct more than 10 mm, patient having obstructive jaundice, which we are seeing here, and if we see anything in the pancreatic duct like papillary projections or mural nodule which is more than 5 millimeter and shows enhancement, then they are high risk stigmata for the malignancy. And in this either main duct IPMN or mixed type, there are very high chances, I don't remember the percentage, but to develop PDAC, pancreatic duct adenocarcinoma, develop in this. You can see throughout dilated. And once we come to the head region, no, so see we can see some walls enhancing, which should not. See, can we appreciate these? Yes, side branches, walls are enhancing. We can appreciate this, right? Yes. So these again go in favor of high risk features for the malignancy developing in the from the these are the right and the left branches. This is the main portal vein branch. देखिए, see this is the SMA SMV. ठीक है, ये अगर आप you can appreciate, this is the SMV. Now I'm going up. Yes, here it is getting compressed. यहाँ पर ये वाली compression है, but after that at porta hepatis normal है. हाँ, because because of this ये वाला region में compressed है, वो थोड़ा inflammation, this one थोड़ा इन्फ्लेमेशन वगैरह रहता होगा ना, पैनक्रेटाइटिस का थोड़ा एलिमेंट रहता होगा, तो दिस मस्ट बी वो फाइब्रोसिस की वजह से थोड़ा कंप्रेशन आता होगा.
So in this axial image you can see there is an abrupt cutoff of the MPD and CBD at the level of pancreatic head, and this is not a good sign because then we are dealing with some kind of malignancy. So based upon the MRI, this is the final report. We were dealing with some mixed type IPMN with solid and cystic components, grossly dilated MPD with long segment smooth dilatation, abrupt duct cutoff at the head region, and there was multiple side branches, cystic locules with high risk stigmata present. There were classical double duct sign was present. D2 and portal vein SME confluence were displaced, but there was no narrowing or there was no actual invasion. And of course, now we know we were having a replaced right hepatic artery. So the MRI picture was basically there was grape cluster pattern of the side branches, and they were connected to the MPD that confirms the mixed type of IPMN, and this is a high risk feature for malignancy among all IPMNs. So combining the imaging of CT and MRI, we were dealing with the multiloculated cystic solid lesion in the head of pancreas, grossly dilated MPD more than 10 mm with abrupt cutoff of the MPD and CBD. There was side branch communication, mixed type IPN picture, severe CBD, IHBR dilatation, portal vein SMB confluence was displaced, but there was no actual invasion. The fat planes were maintained, and no liver mets and no ascites. And again, do remember this patient has already underwent ERCP standing for acute cholangitis, and there was suspected history of acute pancreatitis. So friends, what are the high risk stigmata as such, and what were the stigmata in this case, so that you can correlate the theory and practical in a better way. So the dilatation of MPD more than 10 mm, it's an absolute high risk feature. Obstructive jaundice pattern, as I said, patient presented with acute cholangitis, underwent stenting, total bilirubin more than 8. Again, very high risk feature for malignancy. The presence of the enhancing solid mass in the CT and MRI, again, very suspicious. So rest of the parameters which were suggestive of invasive carcinoma in this case were like elevated CA99, although it has a cholestatic features, but 490 is quite significantly raised. Rapid progression of the symptom, that was jaundice was decreasing, requiring ERCP stenting. Abrupt cutoff of the PD and CBD, thick walled multilocular cyst, cystic lesion more than 3 centimeter. In this case, it was 5. These are all additional worrisome features. Young age, double duct sign, mixed type IPMN itself is a additional worrisome feature. This is the ERCP report. Basically, patient underwent a ERCP stenting with 10 French 7 centimeter DPT placed. There was a prominent ampulla, classical fish eye appearance with the fish mouth appearance with the mucus coming out of the ampulla. So now we have discussed the clinical scenario and the radiology, MRI, CT scan. All the trainees should watch this video time and again to understand what is the morphology, pathology, how do we differentiate between a branch duct, main duct, and mixed type of IPMNs. But are the worrisome features? There were many in this case, and ultimately it turned out to be malignancy with the invasive carcinoma. So this will be a good learning for you. From here onwards, now we will discuss about the surgical strategy. So in this case, our strategy was basically early identification and basically looping of the replaced right hepatic artery, basically control of the proximal and distal SMB portal vein in case we require a portal vein resection. Doing a sharp dissection along venous adventitia to achieve R0, distinguishing between adhesion and true vascular invasion, unseen at first approach, and SMB control. Of course, all these strategy expert help in the case we required a major resection, then we keep the vascular surgeon or the CT-based surgeon as a backup. Whenever we require them, they will come for our rescue. So you can always read this Michel classification, and in this case we thought it is type 3, in which the right hepatic artery is placed. So this is the final histopathology. All resection margins were negative. There were multiple lymph nodes, and there was an invasive component of the mixed type IPMN. So final diagnosis was intraductal papillary mucinous neoplasm of pancreatic head with associated invasive carcinoma, tuberculous papillary architecture with lymphovascular invasion, and no perineural invasion was present. It was all margin negative. Lymph node 23 were harvested, all negative, stage 2A, pathologic T2, N0, M0. So, friends, the take-home message is the mixed type IPMN, high malignancy risk, don't delay surgery, MPD more than 10 mm, cystic solid head mass, and obstructive jaundice, absolute high risk stigmata. Post-ERCP patient have a hostile field. ERCP often cause edema, fibrosis, loss of tissue plates. Expect dense adhesion around portal and SME confluence. Anticipate a significant more difficulty during unstable dissection. So dense adhesion, it doesn't mean it is a vascular invasion. Always differentiate inflammatory adherence from true tumor infiltration. Sharp dissection along venous adventitia safer than blunt. Pulling, avoid unnecessary venous dissection. Do know your vascular anatomy before or replace right hepatic artery. Dangerous variant during Whipple. Identify it early, loop it, protect it. Injury can cause liver ischemia with biliary and anastomotic breakdown. In such kind of cases, always take the infra and suprapancreatic control before final dissection. Stick to the surgical oncological principle. R0 margins are essential, and we could achieve the R0 resection without venous reconstruction in this patient. Understand that IPMN associated carcinoma has a better outcome. R0, N0, limited invasion, better survival than classical PDAC. Young age doesn't mean we are dealing with benign disease like this 37-year-old lady. We were dealing with a malignancy. Always analyze your imaging beforehand, discuss it with your radiologist. That is essential to avoid any surprises during surgery. Whipple surgery requires respect, not fear. Technique, patience is more important than speed. Hostile cases demand calm, sharp medical dissection. The goal is safe surgery plus oncological clearance. And do remember, friends, every difficult case teaches more than 100 cases, 100 easy ones. Keep learning, keep growing, keep moving forward. Thank you very much for watching. So we have already uploaded around 9 to 10 videos covering from basic to advanced, and you can watch all those videos on our YouTube channel or on our app available for Android and iOS. The link for everything is given in the description and pinned comments of the video. There are many other good surgical content for the trainees or budding surgeons, and we have audience of around 60 plus countries at present, and people resident do like our content, so do explore. Some of those may align with your learning needs, and so thank you very much, friends. I hope I was able to add some new insight, and you will be able to handle such kind of difficult cases with ease, and this video may help or guide you in a better way. So thank you very much. Happy learning.